Kashmir, a moon-white night above the Jhelum. Snow rests on deodar branches like old mantras on a still tongue. In a stone cave warmed by a single oil lamp, Abhinavagupta sits unmoving, the flame steady in the cave's windless breath. Mandar, his young disciple, returns from practice, eyes bright, chest tight with questions. Mandar asked, Gurudev, my visualizations have become vivid. Yantras blaze like suns. Deities pulse with colors I never knew existed. But a doubt keeps returning. Is visualization in Anavopaya a ladder to formlessness, or a subtle trap of refined imagery unless suffused with Vimarshakti? Abhinavagupta smiled and answered, if a man draws a doorway on the wall and then complains he cannot pass through, should we blame the chalk or the wall? Mandar asked, then the drawing, the visualization, isn't the problem? Abhinavagupta replied, the problem is forgetting who drew it, who sees it, and of what substance it is made. In Anavopaya, we take supports, form, mantra, breath, visualization, because the sense of being a limited individual still clings. These are ladders. But the ladder must lean on recognition. Without Vimarshakti, the self's reflective knowing of itself, the ladder becomes a spiral staircase to nowhere. Mandar asked, I feel great sweetness during the deity visualizations. Is that saving the experience, and therefore a hindrance? Abhinavagupta said, it can be. Honey is sweet, but if you glue your lips to the spoon, how will you drink the ocean? The deity is your own consciousness made visible. Prakash turned toward its own Vimarsh. If you cling to the picture, you miss the painter. If you cling to the bliss, you miss the bliss source. Mandar, then how do I use visualization rightly? Abhinavagupta said, 3 movements are there. Evoke the form with reverence, Shakti as image. See through the form, recognize that this, too, arises in me, as me. Dissolve the form back into the bindu of aham. Rest in formlessness that is not other than form. Mandar asked again, formlessness that is not other than form? Abhinavagupta replied, the ocean is formless in essence, yet it appears as waves. You don't kill the wave to know the ocean. You recognize the wave as ocean. Likewise, you do not have to destroy visualization. You recognize it as your own consciousness. That recognition is Vimarshakti. Mandar asked, so the trap isn't the image. It's forgetfulness? Abhinavagupta replied, exactly. An image soaked in forgetfulness becomes idolatry of the mind. The same image soaked in Vimarsh becomes self-revelation. Visualization without recognition is coloring the mirror. With recognition, it's seeing the mirror in every color. Mandar asked, when the form dissolves, there is a blankness, a vast, still silence. Is that Turiya, the 4th state of consciousness? Abhinavagupta replied, do not be too quick to name it. Naming is the return of mind. Let the silence taste itself. If there is someone there happy about the silence, stay longer. The last not is the one who claims attainment. Mandar asked, you say Anavopaya is for the limited one. But what if in a moment I glimpse a higher upaya, a sudden flash of identity with Shiva? Abhinavagupta replied, then Anavopaya has done its job. A ladder that brings you to the balcony is not an enemy to flying. The means are graded, Anavopaya supports, Shaktopaya purifies the thought or intuition, Shambhavopaya gives instantaneous recognition, and Anupaya means no means at all. But the heart is one. Let the means fall away when the heart shines by itself. Mandar asked again, and if they don't fall away? Abhinavagupta replied, then love them, but see through them. A transparent ladder is no obstruction. Opacity is the bondage. Transparency is liberation. Mandar asked, how do I make it transparent? Abhinavagupta said, next time you visualize the deity, ask silently, where does this image arise? Who is aware of it? Is the awareness inside the image, or is the image inside awareness? Abide in the unsurless certainty that all of this is your own consciousness, Prakasha Vimarsh, Shiva Shakti, and Ines. Then let the image melt like butter on a hot stone. The stone is awareness, the butter is form. Mandar asked, and the mind that wants to come back and narrate? Abhinavagupta said, let it, but do not follow it. Words are ripples on the lake. You are the water, not the ripple pattern. Mandar, after a long pause, asked again, Gurudev, sometimes during visualization, I feel as if the deity is visualizing me. Abhinavagupta laughs softly and said, then know this, your meditation has begun to meditate you. This is Shaktipat, grace turning the practitioner into the practiced, the seeker into the sought. Here visualization becomes a window, not a wall. Mandar asked, so the real criterion is whether the visualization collapses back into the self? Abhinavagupta said, yes. If after the visualization you feel more centered in the formless aham, if there is less clinging, more luminosity, then it served as a ladder. If there is more fascination with colors, lights, inner cinema, and less recognition, it became a subtle trap. The same fire cooks food or burns the house. Mandar said, give me one final touchstone I can carry into practice. Abhinavagupta replied, whenever a form arises, outer or inner, ask, is this other than me? Don't answer with the tongue. Let the heart answer by dissolving the questioner. That is Vimarsh Shakti, the self tasting its own light. Mandar bows. The oil lamp flickers once, then steadies, as if it too has heard and settled. Outside, the snow keeps falling, each flake a perfect form, each flake melting instantly into the formless ground. Mandar returns to his mat. This time, as the yantra blooms in his inner sky, he watches it not as a picture, but as a mirror. The mirror recognizes itself, and the picture does not survive the recognition, only light remains, tasting light. Om Namah Shivaya.